In so many words, you told me, like in so many words, like how sis, how is that all right? How is that okay? How is that appropriate?
DJ Smith, bring the beat back.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. If you're not subscribed already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification right next to it so you can know whenever I upload any new videos. Today's a little different. Today we're doing a little story time. Yes, you know, once upon a time. No, but we are doing a little story time. This story is basically like my singular day as a Target employee. Like, one day, sis. One day as a Target employee. That's the story time, okay? So basically, right? Let me set the mood. Let me set the stage, okay? Here's the story. What is the story? Oh my gosh. Okay, so it was about Thanksgiving. It was around Thanksgiving time, you know. I was living in Pennsylvania, but I knew I was gonna leave like in a little bit, like a month or two. So I just wanted to get something quick, something that would end around that time, and I wouldn't be feeling like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to tell them I'm leaving soon, and I'm just gonna be feeling so guilty because that's just who I am. I feel so guilty, like all the time, for no reason, like the smallest thing. Like my guilt just eats at me. So I was looking online, and I ran across Target's website, and it was a seasonal position, and I was like, ooh, this is perfect because I've worked a seasonal position before. I worked at Macy's. I applied in October in 2016, and well, for that, when I was at Macy's, my seasonal position turned into a full-time position until I had to move back to Minnesota to go help my mom. That's a whole nother story. But so I knew seasonal positions, you know, it's gonna end around the beginning or the middle of January. You know, that's when they're gonna be evaluating, like, who are we gonna keep, who are we gonna let go, who's been slacking, you know, who's really been here, like, you know, to help, who's been steady, you know. That's when they decide that stuff. But I was like, that's gonna be cool because I'm not gonna be staying anyways, so it wasn't a problem for me. So I applied, and I applied to the one in New Jersey because I used to go to my grandparents a lot, so I was like, I might as well do it over there, like, and then if I have to during the week, I'll just sleep in New Jersey. Not a problem. So I left Grace with my cousin, and I went to the interview, right? And, you know, it was fine and dandy, and they're basically like, okay. You know, they got me all settled, because, you know, when they're hiring seasonal, do they ever really tell people no? Like, I feel like whoever applies for a seasonal position with Macy's, like, gets, or not Macy's, or whoever applies for a seasonal position anywhere, like, they're gonna get it because it's seasonal, and then, like, we need help because it's retail and we're expecting business to boom and we're expecting this much, you know. And so they're like, hire everybody. That's how I feel, because I feel like, who denies you for a seasonal position? Who? So anyways, back to the story. So I get the job, and I go for my orientation like the following Tuesday, which is Thanksgiving week, okay? So I go for my orientation, and we're sitting there and we're learning about Target's, you know, policies and procedures, like what to do, what not to do, how to come to work, don't come to work like this, you know, the dress code. They have the red tops with the khakis, you know, but around Christmas time, they switch it to like the red tops and blue jeans, but with no holes, okay? So yeah, you know, she was going over everything with us, and it was already a problem, like, because when I did my interview, they're like, okay, do you have any days that you want to take off? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I need around Christmas I need around Christmas time off because, I mean, I didn't explain to them why, but it was because I wanted to go to my sister's for Christmas and, you know, spend time with her because I hadn't seen her since like April. So I gave them the day. She was like, okay, cool. And she still proceeded to take me to go deeper into the hiring procedures, okay? So orientation time comes around and the lady pulls me and another girl aside, and she was like, basically, your vacation days that you're requesting off, we can't do it because that's our busy season, and like that's why we're hiring you, because we need you. And I'm like, okay, cool, you know, that's fine and dandy. She was like, is there any way that you know you could switch around your schedules, or, you know, all that good stuff? I'm like, sure. So I text my sister and I'm like, I can't make it for Christmas. I mean, I said something else, like, hold on, let me see if I can find the text. Let's see, January. Oh, November, okay. Oh, I basically texted her and I said, like, would you mind if I came in the new year, because my new job won't let me have the time off. And like, I hadn't told her that I got a job at Target, because before I was just door dashing and like doing Postmates and like what are they called, freelancer type gigs, because I knew I wasn't going to be in Pennsylvania long. Like, from the jump, I was like, I'm not going to be here long. I could tell she was a little hurt, because like, she didn't know that I got a job or whatever, but that's a whole nother story. So, you know, I rearranged my whole schedule. I rearranged quality, personal, family time with my sister and my niece and my brother-in-law for a Target, right? So that's the first hurdle. I jumped over it, okay? I finished my orientation and the lady was like, okay, well, this week, it was Tuesday, so Thursday was Thanksgiving, and they were going to be opening at 5, you know, throughout Black Friday. And she was like, well, it's going to be super busy, and I don't want you guys to start. And then Monday was Cyber Monday. And she was like, I don't want you guys to start now, like during this busy season, so we'll wait until after Cyber Monday, because then you'll really get to learn and you'll really understand what you're doing, you know? So that was her whole thing. I don't want you guys to start right now. I don't want you guys to start when we're super busy and it's gonna be hard for anybody to focus and really like tell you what to do, because they're trying to, you know, put all their attention into fulfilling orders or doing whatever their job description is. So I don't want you guys to start during the busy season, okay? That was her whole thing. So she gave me my schedule. My schedule said that I would come in the following Thursday and then the following Saturday. I was like, cool, by that time I'll have, you know, my daycare stuff situated. You know, everything will be like, I was hoping that everything will be in order by next Thursday, because, you know, I know that I have to go to work and my grandparents work during the week, so I can't like ask them, and then my cousin at school and other stuff and her job. So like, I had to get daycare situated. So, you know, that week passes. It comes to Saturday night. Now Saturday night, every weekend I went to my grandparents. So I was at my grandparents' house, and, you know, we're relaxing, you know, with the family and all the kids and everything. And I get a call, and I forget her name. Must have been like Emily or something. Call her E. I get a call from E, and she's like, hi, this is E from Target. I'm just calling to tell you, like, we need all hands on deck. We need all hands on deck. So can you come in tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? And I'm like, I don't know if that's possible, because I haven't got my daycare situation finalized. You know, I haven't got my daycare in order. But can you hold on a second? So I go downstairs, and since like the next day was Sunday, I asked my cousins and my grandparents, like, can I leave Grayson with you guys tomorrow, because they want me to come in. Mind you, she called me at 9 p.m. Okay, so I'm like scrambling, or like close to 9, and I'm like, well, they called me to go in can you watch him tomorrow? And my grandparents and my cousin was like, yeah, you can leave him with us tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I told her, I'm like, yeah, I could definitely come in tomorrow, but I have to ask I have to ask someone else, like, I have to figure out Monday to Wednesday. And she was like, okay, well, if you can, you know, basically find somebody and I'll just take you off of Wednesday, I'll just do Monday, Tuesday. I'm like, okay, but if anything changes, I'll call you back, or I'll get back to you. So we hang up. I go back to Philadelphia. I get my uniform and I drive back to New Jersey. Well, I get my uniform, right? And then I ask my cousin, like, can you watch Grayson? You know, it's gonna be in the afternoon. Whoop-de-woo. Can you watch him? She says yes. I'm like, okay, cool, right? I leave. I'm driving. I haven't made it down the block yet. I get a call from my cousin. Oh, what'd she say? Basically, I can't watch Grayson. I'm like, okay. I mean, you can't watch him. Like, so, I was like, okay. So I'm driving back to New Jersey. It's like 10, almost 11 now. It's really late. It's like dark. And so before I go straight to my grandparents' house, I make a left because Target is literally like 2 minutes away from their house. And I go to Target and I'm like, is E still here? Because, like, I need to talk to her. And the lady in the office was like, no, she just left or something like that, or she's gone. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, I'm coming in tomorrow, so I'll see her and we'll talk this through. And I'll tell her, like, I can't come in Monday, Tuesday because I don't have anybody to watch my son. So I come in on Sunday, you know, and I was a little late, okay? I had to make Grayson's food so, like, he wouldn't be crying with my cousin because she had just came from work. She works overnight, so she just came from work. And so I had to make his food and, like, take it to her and make sure he was situated before I go because I don't want him to, like, be screaming and yelling and crying and then, like, people don't want to watch him anymore, you know? So I was a little late to work, right? But I got there and the lady who was there, Heather, let's call her H. Heather H. She was already snippy. Okay, I get it. I was late. But you're late. I know, okay? Why do you think I'm running in here? Okay, I'm like speed walking. Customers looking at me crazy. Like, what's she doing? Because I know I'm late. Okay, I was trying to prevent it, but I couldn't. Okay. So off the rip, she already had an attitude, right? So I clock in and, you know, she takes me to where I'm gonna go to be working. Basically, I was working in the back, like fulfilling orders, kind of like Amazon. If you ever worked at Amazon, it's like that, but on a much smaller scale, right? And the stuff aren't as heavy as Amazon packages because those things at Amazon can get heavy, okay? Those Amazon packages are mad heavy, okay? And Amazon's a whole nother thing. That could be a whole nother story time because they're wrong for what they do to their employees too. Anyways, so it's like Amazon but on a much smaller level. And you know, I'm working, but over here we can have our phone, we can play music. So I put my headphones in and I start jamming and I start working. And like the day went so good. Like after that whole little thing with the lady, like the day was going so good. Like I was enjoying myself, I was having fun, I was fulfilling orders, everything was going good, it was smooth, you know. And the people who I went to orientation with, one of the girls was there, so we were talking and we were, you know, working and learning and doing all the stuff that, you know, we would be doing. And like me not having a daycare or like people to watch him was in the back of my mind. And I asked somebody, I'm like, is E here? Because I need to talk to her. She was like, no, but H is the manager on charge right now, manager on duty, and you could talk to her. And I was like, okay. Okay, we already started off on low. We started off rocking. But I was like, okay. You know, I still had a glimmer of hope. I was like, maybe. So, it was about like 4 or almost 4, and I went to go find her because I had finished my little cart. I finished everything that was on my cart. Everything's good, scanned away. So I was like, let me go find her and talk to her before my shift is over and I have to go. And then it's like, well, you never told us. So I go, and she was talking to 2 other employees or leaders on duties or something like that. And I was like, H, can I talk to you for a second? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, come over here. Step into my office. I'm that corny. So anyways, I was like, yeah, she was like, yeah, let's talk over here. We walked over a few, because they think of like a library in the archive section and how they have like bookshelves. It was like that, but filled with like toys and other baby stuff and food and all this other stuff. So we stepped 2 shelves over, and I'm basically explaining to her like, well, I can't come in tomorrow or Tuesday because I don't have anybody to watch my son. And when I spoke to when I was going through orientation, I honestly forgot her name, but she was so, the lady who did orientation was so nice, okay? And then it just went downhill from there. After orientation, it was like, okay. But yeah, I was like, at orientation, she said she didn't want us to start now, because really I started the day before Cyber Monday. She didn't want us to start now because it would be too busy for us, and she said that the schedule she gave me said that I would start on Thursday, right? And I talked to E, and she had called me, you know, almost 9 or 9 p.m. last night, and I really had to scramble to find people to watch my son. And she was like, oh, okay, she just called you last night? And I'm like, yeah, she called me like late last night. And she like starts texting her or emailing her or something, and I don't know what they're saying, you know, but she's like, well, she said that you agreed to it, so if you're calling in tomorrow, it's like, well, she's like, if you're not coming in tomorrow, it's like you calling in sick. And I just let go 2 other people for calling in sick earlier today. Okay, man, it's not like a hello, I'm sick, I can't come in today. It's not like that. I don't have anybody to watch my son, okay? Like, the way how she was talking made me feel like she would rather me leave my son at home unattended, crying, and me get in trouble with CPS or something like that just to come there and do their work. Like, that's not okay. But that's really how she would make me feel. Like, you agreed to this, so if you're not coming in tomorrow, that's like you calling in sick, and we'll no longer need your services. And I was like, okay. Because, I mean, what else is there to say? Because you're telling me that if I don't come in, if I don't leave my son at home, if I don't leave him alone, unattended, hungry, dirty, if I don't leave him and come here to do your work, you're letting me go because that's me calling in sick. Okay. When I was talking to Heather and she was emailing or texting E back and forth, she was like, well, after she called you and you said yes, she stopped calling people. After she called me and told me that they need all hands on deck, she stopped calling other employees. So how is it that you need all hands on deck but you're not going to call the rest of the employees? Like, that makes no sense. So yeah. But I still tried to keep it, you know. I was at orientation and I fought for it, okay? I switched my whole schedule around you know, to keep the job. It's not like, I don't know. So I was there like, oh, and then she was like, so are you gonna clock out now, or are you gonna finish your shift? And I was like, I'll finish my shift. She's like, okay, when does it end? 5:30. Okay, cool. And I went back to work, and when I tell you, I was so agitated, I was so angry, I was so upset. Okay, I was so taken aback, because how dare you basically tell me, because I can read between the lines, okay, I can read between the lines, okay, how can you basically tell me that you'll be okay with me leaving? And she's like, I have children too. Okay, that's fine and dandy. Obviously you have people to take care of yours, right? You have a set system established already, correct? Correct. Okay, I don't. Okay, that's why this me starting on Thursday was so essential, because then I could have found a daycare, I could have found somebody to watch him, I could have been settled. But no, y'all called me last night when I'm relaxing. Y'all called me last night to come in Sunday to Wednesday, okay? Like, I just... So, yeah, I finished my shift. It wasn't... The energy wasn't the same as when I had started the earlier, after my first interaction with her about her telling me that I was late, even though I knew I was late. Like, come on now, not slow. But it wasn't the same, and I was just like, this is what y'all are about, Target? Really? But yeah, so that's my singular day as a Target employee. They gotta do better. They gotta pick better managers, because basically her telling me like she's okay with me leaving my son at home alone. That's a problem. That's a problem. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this story time. I hope you guys liked it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Yeah, see you guys soon. Bye.